Hello again. Tony Blair and Gordon Brown were both very keen on the introduction of identity cards when they were Prime Minister. Something which many people noticed was that the ostensible reason for ID cards kept changing. One day they were the key to tackling terrorism, the next they would stop people fiddling social security benefits. A few months later, we were assured that they would stop illegal immigrants getting jobs, and then that they would tackle money laundering and international crime. The overall impression was that the government decided to make us carry identity cards and was looking for reasons which would make the idea more palatable to us. In other words, they weren't really to tackle this or that problem, they were an end in themselves. Nobody wanted them, though. And as soon as David Cameron became Prime Minister in 2010, he scrapped the whole scheme to a sigh of relief from ordinary people. Now identity cards are back on the agenda, and today the Prime Minister is going to give a major speech in which he tells us why we need them now. He is actually doing this for three reasons. Two of them are trivial, but the third very important, and indeed the crux of the matter. Let's look first at the two trifling motives behind Keir Starmer's announcement. The first of these is that he is beleaguered that his ratings in opinion polls could hardly be worse. He wishes to distract our attention from the scandals and resignations and terrible record of his government so far by coming up with something dramatically new, preferably featuring a modern expression like AI or digital. Digital ID powered by AI? The very thing. The second reason is that everybody is still moaning about illegal immigration. Since he's either unable or unwilling to do anything about this problem, the next best thing is to promise a brand new scheme which will reduce illegal immigration. This is almost as good as actually doing something about it. Third reason for this initiative, and the real one, the only one which matters, is that the government wish to know what we are all of us up to all the time. They wish to know where we are working, where we live, what state our health is in, how much money we have in the bank, where we're going, and what we are spending our money on. They want, in short, to keep an eye on us at all times and know what we are doing at any hour of the day and night. ID cards are an end in themselves. They're not being brought in to solve any particular problem at all. It is simply that governments like to know what people are up to and where they are at any given moment, and a digital system like this will achieve that. It won't tackle illegal immigration at all. Anybody getting a job has to identify themselves already with a passport, even British people. Illegal immigrants who want to work simply sign up with a shady employment agency, which will soon find them work in a care home or delivering takeaways. They won't need a passport or even a national insurance number. Having digital ID cards won't make any difference to that situation. Viewers who are not keen on the whole business might like to consider the fact that it was not in the manifesto on which Labour won the general election. That being so, their mandate for launching such a thing is distinctly dubious. Of course, it might be said that this scheme is, in a sense, voluntary. You won't be obliged to sign up for it, just as long as you don't wish to work, rent a flat, buy a house, use the NHS, apply for a passport, driving licence or bank account, or send your children to school. The choice is yours. The last attempt to bring in ID cards failed, and it's altogether possible that this one will also fail, but it will mean some seriously organised opposition.